Hello, welcome back to Van But Not Goch. I'm really happy to say that SCRAWLR Box for April has arrived today, and after my last preview of the 5 SCRAWLR boxes that I reviewed all in one go, I was really excited about this coming. Just had the Easter holidays. Everybody had a fantastic weekend. The weather was brilliant. And everybody is rested and ready to go on with their various things. I am ready to go on with this SCRAWLR box, and I hope it's going to be exciting. It feels like there's something quite solid in there, so let's open it and see. I have a little bit of bad luck with these SCRAWLR boxes because one of the tapes on the front has already been broken. But the box hasn't been opened, so it isn't a big deal. But I like everything just so. And this isn't just so. But we'll see. Here we go. So, knife out of the way. Let's get this open. Again, I can't normally get these open without tearing the box, but I haven't this time. All good. Okay, so I can see splashes of water or splashes on the piece of artwork. Let's get the equipment out, the materials out, so we'll have a look at those in a minute. There is a very colourful piece of artwork by Kiki B, who's an American artist and illustrator living in the Netherlands. Love the Netherlands, been there many, many times. Nice script, lovely design. This looks just my thing. We've got some paper in here as well. Nice thick quality paper. Looking forward to having a go on that. Let's do Kiki B's work out. We'll put that there. And then we'll just pop that over there so we can see what's in the box. Okay, so carefully open. They wrap these up nicely. I love these little stickers. You can never open it. Oh, okay. Ooh. So, what do we have here? So, SCRAWLR Box April. This month we want you to think about an inspirational quote, something that motivates you to create something or be a better person. It can be a famous quotation, something your grandma always said, or something you created yourself. Okay, so lots of things, lots of thoughts going on there. So the SCRAWLR challenge this month is words of wisdom. I've known many people in my life, and many of them have had words of wisdom. Some I've listened to, some I haven't. I like to think that I've had a few, but not always sure that I have. So Kiki B's words of inspiration. If you're not learning every day, then you're not living every day. Okay, that does really make sense. I am an ex-teacher who's just retired, so I would like to have shown that to my students. Fruit salad, sweetie. Grew up with fruit salads. No wonder I had to have lots of fillings. Really nice sweeties, but very, very bad for your teeth. Okay, so where's my list gone? Here it is. So we have lovely sticker, really like the colours, so that's nice. We've got the Royal Talens Ecoline brush pen. The Ecoline brush pen uses a fantastic transparent liquid watercolour ink, already my thing. The ink has a shorter drying time than other watercolours and is beautifully vivid. The bright ink lends itself to blending and mixing extremely well. Simply add water to the colour to mix and blend. The pens use a large fibre brush nib which is soft and flexible. I think this is the 3rd month running that we've had a variety of pen. In my head, I thought we would have paints this month because we've had lots of fine liners and we have 2 more. So here we go with the Unipin drawing pen, dark and light grey. The Unipin fine line drawing pen features waterproof and fade-proof pigment line, ideal for all types of art and design, including sketching and technical drawing. Good. I do like pens, but my collection is getting huge. So I will be doing lots with them in Inktober this year. Okay, so we have those. We have a graphite writing pencil, an HB Viking pencil. What does it say about that? A new modern classic from Viking, made in Denmark. Feels nice to hold, nice soft feel to the pencil. The Viking Element 1 pencil has a beautifully simple matte black barrel with silver metallic text printed on, and I think we can see that. We'll have a look to see how that goes in a minute. And then we have a Faber-Castell Kneadable Artist Eraser. You can never have enough of artists' rubbers. I used to call these putty rubbers, but they are now called kneadable erasers. And it says kneadable art erasers are the perfect choice for correcting pencil, charcoal or pastel work. And they are. I like them. I've seen lots of people on YouTube channel who have an enormous amount of kneadable art eraser all melded together. And they use them to fantastic use, actually, so good results from them. So that is what is in the box. Not as much as usual, but I guess that's because we've got these lovely brush pens. So let's have a look what they are like. We'll try the easy things first. Okay, so we've got the HB graphite pencil, and it is an HB graphite pencil. Nothing exciting, but it's nice to have pencils. Works okay. And here we've got the Unipin water and fade proof. This is really small tip on the end of that is a 0.1, so you can get really detailed line work in there. Let's have a look. Wow, that is very fine. I like that. And it is, as it says, a dark grey. So that's nice. And here we've got its brother, the light grey pen. Okay. This is 0.5, so let's see the difference. So if we put them side by side, actually, so there's a 0.5, and with the other one next to it, you can see the difference we have there. So let's have a look to see what the 0.5, again, very much similar colour, but it is obviously a thicker tip. Okay. Feels nice, a little bit scratchy, but it's probably because it's new. Let's just have a go at this one again. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Yeah, good. Okay, right, let's put those back on. And then we've got the Eco Pastel brush pen. I love some of the work that you see on YouTube and other places with calligraphy done with these brush pens. Okay, let's get them all out. So we have 5 pens. Nice set of pastels. Okay, we've got the green, the brown, a rose pink, a light, dark violet and a light blue. I should really get a paintbrush, but we'll have a go with these first. Nice nib. Okay, fairly thick. Let's have a look. Wow, yeah, they are thick. So let's have a look at these. Nice. There's the pink. There's the blue. Would be a good idea if I knew my lip colours. Violet. They are very light colours. Pink next to it works well. Let's put the blue next to that and see what it looks like. Blue. The green. I'm going to see in a minute whether these blend together. And the grey. We've had lots of pens recently that have blended very well, so these have got a lot to live up to. Okay, let me go and get a paintbrush and some water and I will be back. Okay, load it up with water and paintbrush. Let's see if these blend together very nicely. Well, that doesn't blend at all. Perhaps you have to do it when it's wet. Let's have a look. What does it say on the instructions again? The bright ink lends itself to blending and mixing extremely well. Simply add water to the colour to mix and blend. I'm adding water and mixing and not blending. Okay, let's put it down a fresh colour. This isn't doing much for me, I have to say. Well, I don't appear to be able to make them work. You can get it to fade out, but with a lot of work. Add water to the colour to mix and blend. Let's see if this works better. Reload the brush. No. One on top of another. There's the blue. There's the pink. Let's have a look. Now, is that any better? I've got to say, this is very disappointing. Now, whether I need more practice with these, and perhaps I need to go off and do some practice, I'm very disappointed with those. However, we will persevere and I will get a piece of work based on words of wisdom. My words of wisdom today aren't: do not trust Ecoline brush pens. They do not do what it says on here. Anyway, I'm going to go and practice with these and come back, and hopefully I can get a better result. I'll see you soon. Hi, here we are, 2 weeks since I first opened the SCRAWLR box for this month. We went through everything that was in it, including the brush pens. I tried a few different combinations of getting them to work as per suggested on the SCRAWLR box menu, but they weren't successful. I tried working with them dry, tried working with them wet, I worked in layers, I used the paper that they gave us, nothing seemed to work. So I've changed now to watercolour paper and they go on a little bit better. While I was away, I was trying to think of a motivational quote, and I couldn't really think of one that would beat a quote, not motivational, but a quote that was used a lot in my family by a very lovely lady, and her answer to anything was always, "There are plenty more fish in the sea," and that is what I'm going to use. I have cut out a template and I've tapped it in to one of my particular favourite artists, Escher, and he did a famous fish piece, so I am going to do the same. Well, not as good as his obviously, but I'm going to have a go at one. And I've tried a few little experiments, so here is one. So with my fish, I have drawn around the shape, and I've made 8 positive drawings of the fish, which in turn have made 3 negative. In the negative spaces, we have 3 different fish. I've tried using the pens. Here they've been layered one on top of another. I wasn't too happy with how they looked, so I used a fine liner on the green one. And that's worked quite well. It's got definition, it's got detail, it stands out. Very happy. Where I've mixed the colours and the colour combinations I've used in the negative spaces, again, I'm not that happy with. So I've cheated a little bit and I found my white Posca pen and I'm going to create a design on each of the fish in the negative spaces. So I've shot already a little video of doing how I drew around the stencil. It's quite straightforward. I'll speed it up so it's not so boring. And then after I did that, I applied some colour. Let's just clear those out of the way. So everything out of the way, and I've been left with this design, which I quite like. I have to say though, the colours aren't my favourite. I like vibrant, bright colours, and these are very they're pastel shades, and they take a lot of work. I'm pleased with the way the Posca pen's gone over the top of them, so that's a bonus, even though the Posca pen wasn't in this month, but I think it helps. And now I'm in a position where I'm going to put the text on the bottom, which I will do tomorrow, or on the top. I haven't actually decided. And we'll go through and I'll make a recording of doing that, and I'll speed it up, and we'll have a chat at the end to see how the whole thing's gone. I already know that once this piece is done, these pens are going to go back in the packet that they arrived in, and there they shall stay. I can't think that I would want to use them again, but it's always good to try new things, and hopefully other people have had more success with them, and if I can see how they've used them, then I will tap into their skill and knowledge, and I might have another go with them. Okay, let's get on with the text. Okay, so let's do some font work. I've already drawn out very lightly in pencil using the Viking HB pencil. It's quite nice, very scratchy on the paper though. And I'm using the darker grey pen because I want to pick out the outline. I'll work either with this or with the light grey as I go along. It's very light, not much different from the actual pencil. I've just drawn these out freehand. And I'll work into them a little bit more to make them more detailed as I go along. Make them slightly more accurate, I think. I really want to get a black liner to make these letters stand out even more. What I'll do is do the first word and then we'll catch up when I've done the rest. Right, so there's the outline, and I'll just do the top. I haven't given much thought as to how I'm actually going to make these more detailed yet, but let's just do the outline. Now whether it's because this is onto watercolour paper, I'm not sure, but it's not working very well. I'll try this out, and if it doesn't work, I'll find something else to do this bit, but I think it's going to be okay. Right, see you later. Okay, I had a go at using the grey pens. It didn't make a bold enough finish for me, so I've gone and used my trusted pigment marker, my graphic marker, and I went for the 0.8 tip, which is nice and thick and covered the area quickly and boldly, and I'm left with a nice font. I don't now like the white background, so I am going to use the grey pen. I'm going for the lighter one to start with, only because it's got the thicker tip. The dark pen has got the very fine tip, and I want to create some line work underneath, and I want to sort of show, if I can, water, so I'm just going to go for some squiggly lines, fill the gap up, and then if I'm happy with that, I'll go on and I'll finish at the bottom. So let's see what we can do. As I say, I'm just going to go for some lines, which are okay, but this marker is very faint. Let's try some this way. I think it's sort of giving movement, which I am liking. I just wish it was darker. Let's see what we can do there. Really, it's making it up as you go along, just filling any little space. I like what it's doing to the background. I hope it shows up on the camera. I'm not a person who uses pastel shades, light greys, etc. As I think I've mentioned before, I like boldness in my work. The bolder the better. Whether it's something to do with the fact that I wear glasses and I can't always see light lines, I'm not sure. You can make these as big or as small as you want to actually. That's probably a bit too big. Whether this is making a water-like impression of movement in water or cloud, I can't really tell at the moment. But I am liking it. So just fill this area here and then we'll stand back and have a look. It's too late now to do anything different. I've gone for it. I just hope it's going to work when it's completed. Yeah, I like it. Okay, I'm going to go on and finish the rest and then go down to the bottom of the drawing where we don't have any work yet except for the outline in pencil, and then I'll show you the end piece. See you later. So here we are. Here's the finished piece. There are plenty more fish in the sea. As I've been told on numerous occasions about multiple different things that have happened throughout my life by the sweetest, dearest person that you could have wished to have met. And this will always remind me. Okay, so finally then, I got there in the end. Of all the things that are in the box this month, the one thing that I really liked was the Faber-Castell Kneadable Artist Eraser. That worked really nicely. No problems at all with that. A little bit sticky, but it worked perfectly well. I'm not going to say sorry to saying goodbye to the Ecoline brush pens. I'm sure other people will have got them to work beautifully. not for me. As I said earlier on, they will find their way back into the box they came, and there they shall stay. Along with the HB drawing pens, it was too scratchy on the paper that I used anyway, and the pens, although worked perfectly well, they made a good job of the detailed pattern behind the fish. So they did what they said that they would, but you know, grey, I'm not that keen, and I did cheat, and I did use my graphic pigment liner, and I did use my Posca pen. Without those, I don't think I'd have enjoyed these pieces. But this just goes to show you that even with a box of materials that you wouldn't have chosen yourself, you didn't quite like, or I didn't like, I have managed to sit and do a piece of artwork. So there's lots of positives in these subscription boxes. It makes you think, it makes you want to try new things. It hasn't quite stopped me from being too reliant on the things that I know, but I look forward to May's subscription box arriving in a week or so's time, and I'll see you again then. If you've liked this, like what I do, please like the video and subscribe. It would be great to see you back again. I'm enjoying doing this. I'm new to it, as I said in my previous video. I think it's fun, and hopefully you can come along and have some fun too. Okay then, see you next time.